And when Rachel comes up, notice that Zimmer brings back that same sad music.
I did find someone.
I know, and you lost them, but that's all part of living, sir. But you're not living, you're just waiting, hoping for things to go bad again.
This is the same Rachel theme that Zimmer used after her death in The Dark Knight.
A little breakfast.
Alfred once again brings up this whole pain theme. He confessed that he never wanted Bruce to return to Gotham because it brings him too much pain. And instead, he shares a fantasy of seeing Bruce at peace at a cafe in Florence. But of course, that's just a dream. Bruce hasn't yet suffered enough to earn this kind of retirement. But for us as an audience, Alfred is giving us this image as kind of a light at the end of the tunnel to look forward to at the end of the movie. Blake follows the lead to an orphan kid who draws this chalk icon of the Batman logo. Now remember, Gordon was forced to smash the main bat signal at the end of The Dark Knight, so this little doodle is this kid's own little baby bat signal. It's a desperate call for Batman to come and return and help fix his shattered world. This image comes back later. Meanwhile, Selina hands off Bruce Wayne's fingerprints to Philip Stryver. Now Stryver works for Daggett, and he shares his name with a character in Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. We also meet Selina's friend, Jen, who's played by Juno Temple. The character appears to be based on Holly from the Batman Year One comic. Selina and Holly had worked together as sex workers, and it was implied that they shared a romantic relationship. After Gordon's close call with Bane, Blake meets with Bruce, saying his superiors don't believe his conspiracy theory about an underground army in the sewers.
They asked me if he saw any giant alligators.
This seems like a nod to the character Killer Croc, the Batman villain who resides in Gotham's sewers. Could also just be a joke about the urban myth that alligators infested all of New York's sewers, which kind of influenced the existence of the character Killer Croc. Here, Blake reveals that he had figured out that Bruce was Batman a long time ago. And he did it just through empathy, that as a kid who had to grow up without parents as well, he could see that inner pain underneath Bruce's false public persona. And of course, we learn later that Blake's legal name is Robin, and Levitt's version of the character is kind of a mix of the various versions of Robin from over the years. The original, Dick Grayson, who became Nightwing, and Jason Todd, who similarly grew up as a tough street kid. Tim Drake was the third kid to take on the Robin identity, and in the comics, Drake deduced at a young age who Batman and Robin really were, just like this movie version of Blake does when he was a kid. Bruce checks into a hospital, and the doctor here is a cameo by comedian Thomas Lennon from Reno 911. He similarly played a doctor for Nolan in Memento. But the reason Bruce is going here is to check in with Gordon, who babbles about his guilt over that noble lie, and his fear that it didn't really cure Gotham's ills.
Another